All right, grade 11s. This brings us to our final Photoshop lesson of the semester. One of my favorite ones because it's very simple and it's usable in many applications. So to start with, I'd like you to download two of those images from the Google Classroom. The face, and specifically the eyes of your choice, and also one of the galaxy images. Once you've downloaded it, bring the face image into the Photoshop program, and then bring in the galaxy secondarily. To do that, and to make sure it comes in as its own image, not as a secondary layer, grab the galaxy, drag it into Photoshop, and then lift it up above beside the title of the previous image. So to know I've done it correctly, I should have two separate images in Photoshop, not simply different layers down here. If you see your galaxy on this image here, that was not brought in correctly. So for example, if I simply dragged it into this image like this, I now see that I have two layers in here, which is what we want to avoid. That doesn't give us the image we're looking for. If you did that, do not worry, simply hit the delete key and make sure you drag it up to the top menu. All right, once we've done so, we're now going to go to our quick selection tool. On the left-hand side, fourth tool down, click the selection tool. I'll move my mouse cursor here to make it so you can see, but all we're going to do is now with this eye here, we're going to make sure it has the plus symbol on it. And we're going to do a quick selection around the eye. As you can notice, part of this eye has been selected a little beyond its border. So we don't actually want this component here, this is the eyelashes. To deselect, all we do is go back to our minus up here, and now we can come down and deselect that additional part that we were not looking for. As a reminder, to zoom in, very simple, Control plus on a PC, Command plus on a Mac, and we can simply, push in and make sure we grab all the exact component we'd like. This is looking much better to me, especially because of the level of zoom we have, so that's perfect for our purposes. Let's zoom out and let's go to our background image. This is a very nice rendition of a type of solar system with a moon in the background. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to select a component here in the middle that resembles the shape of an eyeball. Okay, it doesn't have to be exact, but something along those lines. What I would pay attention to is try to select using both colors. So we've got some of this blue and some of this ultraviolet purple. That'll give us a nice effect in the eyeball itself. If you come down too far, not to worry, simply go up to your menu, deselect, so the minus key, and that'll allow you to deselect some of this background image. Once you feel pretty comfortable, you've got two different parts of a image, two different colors, we're now ready to bring this over to the other image. So, very simply, we're going to go Edit, Copy. So we've now copied this background component that we selected, only the selected part. And we're now going to move back over to our face. Where we selected the eyeball, we're now going to go to Edit, Paste Special, Paste Into. So Edit, Paste Special, Paste Into. And when you do that, you'll notice that that background has actually now been pasted directly into the eyeball. I'm not entirely impressed with the way it looks so far, so let's resize it. To resize, you're going to hit your Control T, hold down Shift to maintain the aspect ratio, and then sort of massage it in there a little bit. Hold down the Shift key as you resize it and get some colors that you like. Once you're pretty happy with the overall placement, you can hit Enter to complete our transform. And this is where we're going to make it look more natural now. We're going to head over to the right-hand side, and you see our two layers. As a reminder, you can turn a layer on or off, and you can see exactly what we've done with it. So let's make sure we're selected on the edited component. Now go to the opacity and simply bring that down. Usually around 40% looks pretty good for combining both images. So you can see a bit of a retina, and you can still see the galaxy in there. It's a solar system in there. So to do the other side, it's exactly the same process. I'll do it here as well to show you, but I'm going to do this side a little quicker. So what I would do is I would zoom in, come over to the eye, use the plus feature to start with, make sure we're on the correct layer. So layers over here, select the eye. Again, not to panic if you go a little over the border or a little under. All we do is back up to the minus, and gently cut out around it. When we're happy with that, we then simply go back to our regular size and we do the same, edit, paste special, paste into. As you recall, we already had this image selected from the previous page, so we did not need to reselect this middle component in here. So we already had it saved in our computer's RAM. So now all we're going to do is we are going to ensure that's the layer we've selected. And we're going to go to the opacity and we're going to turn it down to about 40% as well. Now the interesting thing is we can completely shift this a little bit if you want. You can move it so you get different colors, different type of background. We can have more sparkly on this one, make it a little more ultraviolet on that one, and entirely up to you and your creative mind. Once you're happy with it, you can hit enter. Let's punch out a little bit. And to me, that looks fantastic. We've got a nice collection of both colors. The opacity on this one is 43. The opacity on the top one is about a 40. And just based on the colors, that seems to work pretty well with each other. Now what you need to do is simply save it as a JPEG. To do so, we go File, Save As, click the drop-down menu here, and we're going to make sure that we save it as a JPG. In this case, it's going to be called Eyes Final, so we know we're happy with how it looks. We're going to ensure the quality is maximized, and we're going to hit OK. To know what that final copy looked like, find it in your saved documents, hit spacebar, and it will pop up and you'll be able to see exactly what you just created.